So, we are back. Hello and welcome to Salt and Sanctuary. The game where I lose a lot of health because I'm pretty clumsy. So, we're going to continue by doing this. Also, I didn't even have my hand on the mouse, meaning I couldn't attack, which is why I took this amount of damage. Because I just really inched closer to the microphone to do this, to just speak into that microphone. I guess I did microphone ASMR. I am still alive, so, I mean, I was still alive. How much did we lose? 635 forever and 104 for now, which is basically also forever. I'm curious, is there any statistic to see how much salt you lost and how much salt you got? That would be quite interesting. How much salt did you lose forever? How much salt did you lose temporarily? And how much salt did you actually acquire on your entire journey? That would be quite interesting. Yeah, that would be quite interesting. At least, I mean, yeah, it would just be quite interesting to see how bad were you. If a game were to give you a raid, that would be quite funny. Imagine the following: you lost 1 million salt. Are you serious? That's actually so bad. Even though that's the average. That would be quite hilarious. But I guess that's also quite annoying for the players, so the players wouldn't like it, so that would be annoying for the game developers. But still, imagine this. You are going through a game and you're able to get yourself rated at the end of each chapter or at the end of the entire game. And then the game is telling you, you are actually this bad? I mean, that's so bad. Why did you bother playing this game? Imagine that the developer would be doing that. That would be quite funny. I mean, as long as I'm not the one playing it, of course. Nah, I don't know. Maybe I would get a good chuckle out of that. I would probably get a good chuckle out of that. And that wasn't a tree that I could jump on. Yeah. Hey, that's fine. 600 salt lost for now. Temporary loss. That's fine. We're not playing the loss, so we have more than one life. And we have 665 gold. Yep, and we're going to do that. And we're just going to continue. Anything that I could be talking about. Right now, the weather is really weird. The weather in April is consistently quite weird. Sometimes there are days where it's really rainy, sometimes there are days where it's really sunny, like right now. And the temperature itself is also quite weird. Sometimes it's really cool and sometimes it's hot. Right now we have a sunny day, which is quite cool today. At least it was for a certain amount of time. Right now it's quite alright with the warmth. It's hard to say. The weather in April, you know. And we won. Okay. We are just going to continue. And the silence. Also, I have background music on. Why do I not hear any background music? I guess the background music should be a lot quieter than the other music because it is more so atmosphere oriented, I would say. Atmospheric? Maybe that's what I'm looking for. I got a bag of salt. And I got a lot of poison, so let's just wait a little bit. This poison, as you can see, the damage is going up consistently, so it goes up to a certain amount and then it, I guess, stagnates, or, I mean, now I only take 1 damage, interesting. Interesting. Maybe it only goes up to a certain amount and then it stagnates. I don't know. I'm not a poison guy, I don't know too much about poison. I know about falling down. I know about the law of gravity. That's a law that I'm quite familiar with. You know, masses which are subjugated to a certain amount to a force always have an acceleration to them. So as long as you're a mass and you are under a constant speed, you will always as long as you are a lump of mass and you are under a field, for example a gravity field like the field of our Earth, or a magnetic field, an electrical field, whatever field you might be under, or you are under a force, which is also in the fields there's a force. A force is doing a force is forcing you to do okay, let's say this in a different way. A force is forcing any mass to get a certain acceleration. I think that's fine. That's fine. The acceleration is it is dependent on the mass you are trying to accelerate and the force itself. So it is Newton's second law, the dynamic law, the force dynamic. It's hard to say because, you know, it's the difference between German and English. I could explain it better in the German version, but still, that's the general idea. Force, masses under force get an acceleration. Perfect. We're just going to continue. Why am I talking about physics while being in a game that is... I mean, the physics are quite... I mean, they are working, so... I mean, there are some things about game physics that are they are game physics. You should never forget that this is a game. For example, the ledge thing. If I'm under a ledge like this, if I'm hanging under a ledge, normally I don't have the power to just do this. I don't have the power to just use my arms in that way to just heave myself over this ledge. I mean, yes, it might just be that my character is quite athletic, and I'm sure some people might have this power. What I'm not criticizing this game specifically, but more so, there are games that they don't really, the characters in the game don't really look like they have that much muscle mass that they could be doing that. Also on these tree branches, those are tree branches, I guess. And if I just were to hang under this tree branch, why does it not break? I mean, some of those tree branches break, but still. I did climb on tree branches while I had a lot of kilograms of weapons on me, and those tree branches don't look as if they were able to carry this much weight with them. And I'm also poisoned again, so let's drink this red shard. Come on. Okay, that was close. 40, 52, 57, okay, 60, yeah, okay. How big can it go? How big can it go? It doesn't look like that good. Okay, it stopped. Okay, that was quite a lot of damage. Okay. You could even say, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. We are just going to continue. And we're just going to win, hopefully. So, jump, left mouse. Hello, I wanted to read that. Can I jump back? Even though I have triggered the boss? I can. No, I can't. There's an invisible wall. Okay, fair enough. Does this thing stop me? No, it doesn't. Okay, good to know. And now this is a big problem, because now... Yeah, well... I mean, curiosity got the cat, I guess. And, yeah. Also, my name is BD2, and... Oh, yeah, my streamer name is BD2, which stands for Black Dog, Black Dog. It has a lot of reasons for that. And... You might think that I'm a dog person, but to be honest, dog equals cat. I'm just saying. Dogs and cats, I like them both. Yeah, I like the idea. The reason why I'm calling myself Black Dog Black Dog is because I like the idea of an underdog. And there's another reason, because the name sounds cooler than Black Cat. Which would be BC2. Yeah, it just sounds really... the name sounds better. That doesn't necessarily actually mean that I like dogs more than cats. It also doesn't mean that I like them less than cats. It just means the reason why I chose that name isn't because I like dogs more than cats. Also, I don't even own a dog, or a pet in general. Because I wouldn't be the best owner for that cat. Or dog. It will probably be a cat. At least if you own a pet, in my opinion, for me it would be a cat or something a lot less active, because I'm not the most active person and cats are able to care about themselves most of the time, so I don't have to be that worried about me being a bad owner. So yeah, so that's why cat, at least in the owner department, for me, bigger than dog. Okay, now that we have explained that part, we're just going to continue. Ah, man. Some people... I can't go back. Well, I mean... Well... Now, we have 3 flasks. We are at full health. We're just going to go directly into this, and with as much damage as we can. We shouldn't let my opponent get the upper hand. However, it's not looking too good. It's still alright. It's still alright. Okay, he also spit out fire. Okay, that's a little annoying. I can't... Okay, I can do this. I can put this pest mode on. Okay, we can do this. Okay, we're just going to leave. We're going to leave, and we're going to drink this potion. Come on, we drink this potion, and we run away. We run away. Faster than anyone else. Faster than Usain Bolt. Not that fast. Because we also have a weapon and so on. I don't think we're going to run that fast. At least not as long as we didn't skill anything into speed. Can you skill into speed? I don't know. We are at... He's at under half. Well, can you parry those things? Maybe I should try that. And yeah, that wasn't the smartest thing to do. Come on, drink. And I should have maybe tried to parry them. Well, we're going to drink another flask. Uh-oh. It's taking a lot of damage. Yeah, well, that was a little too much for me. And we lost 1,170 salt. Yeah, well, I think that would have been enough for a level up, to be honest. Or would it? Check, level up. Yeah, it would have. Offering, we can go for offerings, but that won't help us. Can we do anything with our weapons? Upgrade? The Dirk number 2? Where is it? Weapon, this one. Can we do that? 1,000 salt. Okay, yeah, well, Oh, now we can check our weapons over here, right? Fire damage, balance, no. Over here, maybe? Okay, now we can see that. Okay, there is attack strength scaling. All those weapons have a really good strength scaling, so the more combos we do, the better the strength gets. No, this is dexterity scaling. Interesting, what does that mean? Midshipman's Dirk. Okay, Kuremoa. I can't use that because it's a great sword, but it also has a bad dexterity scaling. This has a really bad dexterity scaling with E. What about this? C. This is an SS. Okay. This is S and S. So this is the best one right now for a class 0 spear. Let's try changing our weapon again. This is a midmanship dirk, and now we could be going for... Where is it? I guess it's a poleaxe. Well, we can't use it, right? Or can we just use it without any problems? Because it's class 0. I guess we can, but it's not really... It's a little too slow to be worth it, so no. How can we check those things while we are on our way? Can we check that while we are being here? Over here. Equip. We can't check that like that. I can't see that. I don't know how to show that. Maybe if I go scroll down? No. Well, we're going to go back over here. Also, okay, we're going to check this again. Upgrade. No, we're first of all going to check for what we can buy. Oh, that's a good woodman's axe. This is S and dexterity scaling. It also does more damage. This is a dirk, which is a good dagger. It does more attack. Sure. But it's scaling, it doesn't have a strength scaling. This one has a strength, yeah, it has a dexterity scaling, okay. This one has a good scaling, but we don't have the money to do that to use that anymore. So we can put this back and we can go for Midmanship's Dirk. It's worse because it's in 1. I think we upgraded the other one. This is 6 attacks, so maybe it's better. We're going to try that out. With the next enemy that is not a trap. Ah, okay. One day we may learn that. It looks alright. And I can never get the timing right. I don't know, this seems to be worse than before, so we're just going to go back to the 2. Or do we have anything else that we might try? What about the Soldier Spear? This is 5 attacks. You know what, we can try some different weapons. This has a long range, might be better. And why did we not hit that one? Hello? Hello? What was that hitbox? And that one was because I accidentally clicked on the chat window. Well, we lost 1,170 sold forever, and 117 I think, or something around those lines, for now, which is basically also forever. Forever. We're going to continue. Come on. Also, if you hear anything in the background, that's from the garden from us, or yeah, it's in the garden. Well, sometimes there are noises. I don't know about this. It feels so bad, to be honest. However, it also has a good damage, I'm not sure. We're going to keep using this for now. We're going to go for one entire round with this. But its hitbox is so bad, which is really annoying. So let's just continue. Let's just continue. Without doing anything else. Is it fast in the air? No, it's not. But it does good damage, so I don't know. Yeah, okay, it's... Yeah, no, not this one. Not this one. Okay, we're going to check again with the blacksmith what weapons we could be using which are really good. From strength scaling and dexterity scaling. So, blacksmith, please tell me what I want to what to know. That's the armor. What about the shields? I guess this is the best one. It also only takes a minimum amount of sword to upgrade. We have the following. This is A in dexterity scaling with this bullwhip. It does more damage and it has low weight. This is S in dexterity scaling, and it does more. It doesn't do anything in the strength scaling department. This Kureimoa is a class 1 greatsword which we can't use. This flanked mace is however we can use flanked mace. Flanked mace. Yeah. Hello? I want to use it. It has a good strength scaling, so I don't know. Maybe we are going to try that out. Haha. Why am I so happy about evading one single trap? And what was... Well, come on, I want to check the damage. That didn't really look that good, to be honest. It does less damage than my other thing, and it's slower, so I don't know. Maybe, I mean, I didn't get to see the scaling properly because they died, or they interrupted my combos, so it's hard to say right now. It's basically doubling. Yeah, I'm going back, What is this? Okay, come on. It is doubling, so I don't know. We're not in Dublin, but it's Dublin. Oh, okay, I had to... Okay, it's gone. I had to sneeze really loudly. Well, I almost had to sneeze really loudly, that's what I wanted to say. That's not the best. I don't know, I really don't know about this one. I mean, it did tell us that the dexterity scaling is really bad, so... I mean, I didn't expect anything about that. But still, I don't know. We're going to continue this run for now, because at the very least it does a lot of damage. I don't know. What about what's over here? Caution, giant monster. Thank you very much. Yeah, I want to... Okay. Caution, pitfall. Yeah. I don't have to tell you anything. We're going to continue. It's a happy day. It's a beautiful day, and you're welcome. I can't... whatever. We're going to continue, run into this. I'm going to continue. I'm not even on the mouse right now. My right hand is completely off the mouse. I'm using the mouse with my right hand, by the way. So, run. We're going to take one hit and we're going to continue. Speedrun strats. Yeah. Yes, I did put my hand back onto the mouse, if you didn't notice. I mean, we are still alive. And I fell for that again. This already happened in the last episode. I have to adjust the screen brightness even more. Why am I falling for that? It is not a branch. This is not a tree branch that I can step on, to be more specific. Okay, let's get rid of this one. We're going to go for the other one, the Dirk 2. Pitchfork, Soldier Spear, Sparta, Arming Sword. You know what, we can try a normal sword for now. It does 5 hits. It should be alright. So, now against you, we're going to try this out. It's better than nothing, I guess. Thank you. Nice. And that is also a piercing attack. I think this makes unconditionally the shield stop. Meaning if a shield... This breaks the shield. I'm not sure. And why does this happen so often? I don't know. Why does this happen so often? I don't know. Well... At this point, my brain is just completely fried right now. It is fried more so than Kentucky Fried Chicken, I don't know. I never have gone to KFC in my life, to be honest. If I went to a fast food shop, I went to either Burger King, mostly McDonald's, and sometimes Subway. But very rarely, and only once or twice, I think. I mean, Subway once or twice. McDonald's mostly. Second place, Burger King. Nowadays, I'm not going to McDonald's too often. Sometimes for a chicken burger, nothing else. Yeah. But I'm also the guy, I never buy anything big from McDonald's. If I ever go there, it's only because I want to go for a chicken burger. I think that's actually the only thing that I'm ever buying. As a kid, I always wanted to try to eat a Happy Meal. I ate it once. It wasn't that special. It was not that special. But well, I mean, one experience doesn't hurt you too much. One Happy Meal was nice. But yeah, we're just going to continue. And the soldier is gone. We're just going to continue. Not this one. This one. And we're going to keep continuing. And the question that I'm asking myself is, do the weapons have individual attack or is it type-based? So meaning, if you have a marksmanship dagger dirk or whatever, marksmanship dirk, 2 times in your inventory. I have one marksmanship dirk 1 and one marksmanship dirk 2, and if I had 2 level 1s of them, or stage 1s, I'm calling them level 1s, would they have the same dexterity and strength scaling, or is it actually an individual thing? I'm going to say that it's not an individual thing, but more so a type-based thing, because otherwise it wouldn't make. I mean, it would make sense that each sword is different, since each sword has its own. You can't make each sword exactly the same because it is made by an individual, by a blacksmith. At least at that point in time, we're trying to show off a medieval era, and we have a blacksmith shopkeeper, I guess. So it only makes sense that each sword is different. But I still think that it would be weird from a design point. I mean, I get why it could be, but I don't think it is. If it is so, well, that's that, I guess. I can't say anything else. If it's that way, I guess it's that way. Also, I now have 3 red shards, which is, I guess, nice. They aren't completely for free because I don't get them when I respawn. They are basically an additional thing to my 4 red flasks, but I guess it's better than not having them, I guess. 34 gold gone. How much gold do we have left? 50? For 309, okay, I guess we do get a lot of it by just doing this over and over again. So run like a wind. And continue running. Continue running. When can I learn how to do spells? I want to learn spells. I want to learn them. Because that's also going to be more fun than just attacking with weapons. I like spells. But probably spells aren't going to be that good in the game. I mean, how could they be good in that game? This is a game that's focused on close combat, so it's going to be hard to make this a good ability, to be honest. It's probably going to be something auxiliary to normal attacks, right? I would be surprised if it were something bigger than that. Meaning something like an actual thing that does more than that, I guess. We're going to continue. I'm not going to give up just yet. At least not for today. Okay. The fact that this was the 3rd or 4th time today that yeah. Let's just go ahead and continue. And I like this dagger the most. I'm going to stay with it. It's better than the other weapons for now. Its damage coefficient is high, its damage scaling is good. I'm fine with using this dagger, even though it's close range. I think the range is actually pretty alright, because even though it's close range, at the very least its arc is really good. Meaning, if I am in the range of this thing, I will hit the enemy most of the time. And I went for this one again. Well, we're going to take a lot of poison damage. Well, I guess that was my own fault for being too noisy, yeah. Well, I guess. Sometimes it's my own fault, and sometimes it's someone else's fault that is called my. So, let's continue. But I think this is going to be the last try, I think. Even though I wasn't able to do anything, I think this has to be the last try because of other things. I have other things to do. But I'm hoping this is going to be a successful try, of course. So we're going to go full-on concentration and do this, hopefully, first try. So, we are already over the bridge, or the first bridge to be more specific. We're going to continue kill this bat while, I guess, jumping, while mid-flight, I guess, mid-jump. And we're going to keep... I mean, we didn't... The second to last try. Second to last try. I mean, we can't end it like this. We cannot. Well, I cannot. Ah, man. I don't really have anything else to say at this point. At this point, it's just me. I mean, again, why am I doing this? That's a good question. I know what why I'm doing this once I beat the boss. Nothing in life is easy, and once you work for it, it's easy. It feels more rewarding, I guess. I have no idea. I mean, I like the games where I'm just overpowered. We're not going to end it with this one. We're going to make it the next time where I'm able to get to the boss. It's going to be the last time where I'm going to get to the boss on this video and stream. Last one. And this is going to be the last one. Come on, full on concentration. Full on. Yep, this is the speed we're going with. Also, his footsteps are quite nice. The audio design in this is quite... I like it. I like it. Well, that just happened. Yeah, that just happened. And we're also going to do this to get more health. Hopefully this is going to be the last one. Okay, I'm going to be a little quieter than usual because I want to reach the boss and beat the boss, hopefully. And that's why I'm going to be a little more quiet. What does this actually say? Toxic, remember, dodging. Thank you, thanks a lot, game. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. This is the Mad Alchemist. I am Mad Alchemist. I'm so cool. I didn't watch Steins Gate, by the way. I watched the first episode and that's all I watched. Because I didn't like it. Okay. Okay. Well, I wasn't able to go up there, apparently. Okay. Okay, I'm still not intoxicated. Not intoxicated. I'm not poisoned for now. I'm just going to wait over here for a little while, and now I'm going to run over. I'm going to jump up. And I'm going to wait a little bit. Okay. And he's going to make his scythe throwing helper, I guess. Okay. Okay, I'm going to heal myself and I'm going to... How much damage was this in... You know, I want to do this one more time. Come on, one more. One more. We can't... it was too close. It was too close. I really played well, but the last phase was a really big problem. So come on. One time I lost the last phase, and now we're going to beat the last phase. I lost to the last phase, now we're going to beat the last phase. No, we're going to win over. That's better. I like that more. I mean, whatever. We're just going to. As quickly as possible. As quickly as possible. Okay. We're just going to go as quickly as possible. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. As quickly as possible. As quickly as possible. Yeah, this is. I'm going to go a little slower. Uh-huh. 1 damage. 1 damage. Okay. And down. And no, do not go, jump to the right. Now you can jump to the right. Now you can. Let's jump over this one. Let's continue. Let's not jump into this slime thing. And we're going to wait for a second. No, I guess we did wait for less than a second, whatever. This is going to be the one. The last one. No more, no more. Last one. Whether or not we win or lose. Okay. That's quite a lot of fire damage. And we are now poisoned. Well, I guess that's my own fault. And they did tell me to dodge the poison. I guess I should have listened. Why did I not dodge the poison, I guess? My own fault. Yep, 100. Yep, yep. Yep. Okay. Okay, we are still good to go. Also, he's going to go into his next phase, apparently. Okay. Yep, that's the next phase. That's definitely the next phase. But we are still alive, and we still have a little more healing. And we are back in the poison state. That's not good. That's actually really bad. If I'm able to survive this, I might still do this. I can't go into this recklessly, because if my health gets too low, I'm dying because of poison damage. I really want to run this back, but no. I said that this was the last one. We're just going to end it here. So, I will say have a nice day and goodbye.